All right, so the United Democratic Front will be commemorating their 40th anniversary this weekend. Formed in 1983 at the height of the apartheid government's power, the UDF was disbanded in 1991 shortly after the unbanning of the ANC, the SACP and the PAC, amongst others. The UDF's 40th anniversary campaign rally will be held in the Northern Cape today, which will be addressed by the former Finance Minister Trevor Manuel. Colleague Thabiso Radebe is there. Thabiso, very good afternoon to you. Thanks indeed for your time. What can we expect from that commemoration taking place there today?
Of course, good afternoon, Criselda. We are coming to you live from the Kimberley City Hall, where UDF is celebrating its 40 years. You know, they have been celebrating this particular event in the past years, but today, after the 40 years, they are saying that no, we are celebrating our 40th anniversary to sort of assist people with their challenges that they are facing, especially those we know that in the country currently we are facing challenges of service delivery. We're facing issues like your unemployment. But to tell us more about this particular event today, what's going to be happening, yes, of course, the former Finance Minister Trevor Manuel is here. We're going to be talking to him later on today. He has just arrived. People are into song currently in this particular hall. But to tell us more about what to expect this afternoon is William Steenkamp. He's a provincial coordinator of UDF. Thank you, sir, for your time. Just tell us about today. What can we expect in this particular event?
Good afternoon, Thabiso. Good afternoon to your listeners and your viewers. Today is not necessarily a culmination, but we're having our campaign as far as celebrating our 40th anniversary and commemoration of the UDF. In 3-4 different phases. The first phase we had completed. This is now basically the culmination of the second phase. Thereafter, then we're going into the third phase. In other words, continuing, conscientizing people around active citizenry for them to understand their responsibility in order to hold people accountable, both in the private and the public sector, but also at the same token contributing towards the transformation of society.
You have met various organizations in the community, you have met the youth, you have met other CBOs in the community. But are you happy about what the response, especially from the community? We understand that you are sort of bringing people to sort of be active in their communities with the challenges that they have. Are you happy?
Oh, absolutely. Oh gosh, we had a fantastic past three and a half month campaign. We had, like you're saying, we had various sectoral meetings. We meet with the religious community, with the NGO, NPO community, with the civil society community, with youth. We had a fantastic Women's Day on the 9th. We had Comrade Carolus as our guest speaker. And it's ongoing, So as far as from next month is concerned, the campaign just continues. The critical issue is to get now to the ground, to the grassroots.
Talking about the critical issues, one of the critical issues in the country now, service delivery, economic meltdown of the country. What's your take? What's your response on that in terms of your plan moving forward?
You see, this is where the issue comes in. For as long as people understand that the solution to the crisis we're encountering actually lies within their hands, and hence taking responsibility. And the only way they can take responsibility is by becoming active citizens of the country. That is one issue. Number two, currently we're having, for example, a water crisis in Kimberley. It's an ongoing problem. We thought the valves and the pumps are being replaced or being serviced and being maintained and the like. But at the same token, also we come to discover actually the problem is actually much bigger than that. And citizens have to get involved. It's not necessarily an exclusive either in local municipality or local government or provincial government responsibility. Citizens have to get involved. Therefore, we're looking at whatever we do going forward. Citizens have to take responsibility. That becomes the bottom line.
Many people were asking this question, where was UDM all along? And that now in 2023, we see UDF. Moving forward, what's going to be happening?
The UDF has always been there, We closed down in 1992. The decision was taken in 1991, but we had closed down in 1992. So that technically means like 32 years ago. But the spirit of the UDF lives on. And primarily what we're looking at is inculcating, rejuvenating, and primarily reinforcing the values and the culture, the traditions of the UDF, the non-racial character of the UDF, because there's so much xenophobia and ethnicity and tribalism that has taken root in our society. Racism has become the order of the day once again. So we bring back all of those values, the traditions, the culture, the heritage of the UDF. And that's primarily what we're trying to do. It's not a matter of trying to say that we've been quiet over the years. We had a huge 30th celebration of the UDF 10 years ago, obviously. So now we realize, the country is finding itself in a state where we actually have to find a way of saying how do we go back to those former values that actually, that served as the glue that kept us together during the UDF era in fighting a monstrous government. How do we reinvigorate that? How do we rejuvenate that in order to bring that spirit within society to then live up to the values for which the UDF stood for?
Talking about the government, are you happy about the work of the African National Congress 28 years on, 27 years on?
I don't think it's a state secret. Everyone knows that there are serious challenges. There are serious failures. There are serious lack of service delivery. Serious challenges. I mean, the fact that we are the most unequal society on earth. We have the highest unemployment in the world. We have the highest crime rate in the world. We have the highest rape in the world, the highest murder in the world. We have more murders in South Africa than you have in countries that are at war for years. And I'm talking about, for example, like Afghanistan and Syria and Libya and the like. So all of those horrors that we're encountering as a nation, you cannot possibly claim that all is well and good in the country. We're in a crisis here, so we can't deny it.
Let us not waste your time. We're looking forward for those speeches here in this particular hall. There you have it, Griselda William Steenkamp, the provincial coordinator of UDF here in the Northern Cape, talking to us about various challenges that they are trying to combat, especially looking at your service delivery challenges. He's talking about unemployment. He's talking about crime in the country. And he's not happy with the work of the UDF. They are not particularly happy about the work of the ruling party. But we'll see, because they are trying to rejuvenate people here. They're trying to bring up activism among the community members in the country. We know that in Gauteng, they are celebrating a big event there of the United Democratic Front. Today, also, we are here in the Northern Cape in Kimberley City Hall, expecting later on Trevor Manuel to give us the speech, to give us his breakdown on what he thinks about the current situation in the country. Griselda?
I'm sure you'll break down that for us a bit later on. Thank you very much to my colleague who is at that commemoration of course, UDF's 40th. He'll give us the latest on that and what the former Finance Minister Trevor Manuel has to say at that particular event.